All right, a PVC hoop house over a pit greenhouse. Or did I say house too many times? What's different about this design is I didn't use connectors. Connectors are so expensive. 20 feet of, I think it's what, 1.5, 1.25 PVC, the conduit style, and I simply drilled a hole in it. I drilled a hole and then zip tied the fabric to the frame. I also bought some 3/4 inch and made little clips. Just cut a piece out and clipped it on there and glued it. We'll see how that works. I don't know how necessary it was. The fabric is 40% shade. I thought it was a little holey when I first put it on, but I'm pretty happy with it now. And plants do flower through it. So that was a nice little treat. Little nasturtiums, different colors. You see the chicken wire? If you can't control the critters, forget it. It's just stops the animals from drowning in the trays, and it lets you keep stuff. This year, and it's all experimental, but I grew carrots and potatoes, and I think they're rhubarbs or something. I don't know what. And some really disgusting tasting lettuce. I don't know how you're supposed to have a meal out of that. Maybe that's cabbage. Ugh. And then some of my, I think they're Rocky Mountain juniper. These are the last of the batch. These aren't doing very well. I've planted about 15 out there. What I'm doing here is, I guess, like a tray hydroponics, but it's with plants in a pot because I'm not here to take care of them. So I can't leave them bare root. Overnight they'll sit in the water, and the water does get warmer or cooler than the surrounding area. So in the winter it keeps them a little bit warmer than usual. I have them draining in big pipes. They aerate. Also, I like the sound of the water. And then it goes back to the pit that this water is being pumped from. I'm using a solar panel with a 24-volt pump. Strangely, this lemon tree lived through the ice last year. I couldn't figure it out, but I'm happy. Probably in the winter, I'll change these trays and put winter vegetables. I'd like to see how that goes. Last year I was growing lettuce, but the bunnies were getting in and eating it, and the lettuce wasn't very big. There's no point in doing that now. Also, I ran out of dirt. An experiment for next year, for this winter, I take that back. This drum, I'll fill it with water. I'll have it water pumped in somewhere in a hole. There. As it fills, the overflow will come through a large pipe to the trays. Once the pump stops, very slowly, with a little faucet that just trickles the water in, water will trickle from the bottom until the 50 gallons are gone, or 40, whatever is there at that angle. The idea is that the water will continue flowing through the night, and it'll be a little warmer because it's been sitting in the sun, and maybe it'll stop the water from freezing. But also just for the movement. Yeah, I don't know what that stuff is. I'm not planning on eating it. I did plant about 50 trees this year. I did an experiment last November. I planted 2 trees while they were dormant in the cooling night, and they succeeded. They did very well. No irrigation. I just come here about every 6 months, 6 weeks, and I water the hell out of everything. So every post is a tree, because otherwise I'd get lost. A further experiment on the water is that right there, it's a pit holding 150 gallons, and I've put it underground. I've covered it up. I want to see if I can stop the water from freezing. So if the water temperature stays constant, 50 degrees, I don't know, plants can live with that, and the water temperature will protect the roots. And the same in the summer. When it's 100, 110 out here, the plants will be cooler. It succeeded somewhat this summer, but truthfully, even 40% is just not enough. Eventually, there's about a 2,000 gallon pit over there. I'll have fish in it, and I'll extend this greenhouse and then run the water into there and pump from there too. But that's something for next year. By the way, don't let jackrabbits fall in your pit with $234 pond liner. You'll tear holes in it all over the place. All right. Oh, by the way, on the trees, aren't they looking healthy? They are in good soil. There's a piece of plastic over that, and then the whatever the heck this stuff is. I water the living daylights out of them. Also, if there's any rain at all, you notice that they are lower than the surrounding area, and they will collect rain all by themselves. And every single tree is that way. They sure do look good, don't they? All right.